Tonight on News Prime, Akpabio pledges Senate support for local government autonomy. In business, National Pension Commission generates over 20 trillion naira. And on the foreign scene, United Nations General Assembly adopts Palestinian drafted non-binding resolution on Israel. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja, I am Uyi Agumofegwe. A quick reminder to our viewers that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Etelsat. Tonight, we'll begin by telling you the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, says the Senate will amend with the Constitution to allow the Supreme Court judgment on local government autonomy stand. He stated this when he received members of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in Akwa Ibom State, who were loyal to the erstwhile interim National Secretary of the party, Senator John Akpanadohe, in Uyo, the state's capital. The federal government has warned private sector employers paying below the new 70,000 naira minimum wage to desist from the act. Ismaila Abubakar, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment, gave the warning while speaking at the 13th Annual General Meeting of the Employers Association of Private Employment Agencies of Nigeria. Abubakar, represented by John Yamali, Director of Employment and Wages in the ministry, says minimum wage is now a law. Some residents of Mpape, a suburban community in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, have insisted that they would rather flee the community for safer places than live in fear of a disaster owing to the recurrent earth tremors experienced in the area in the last few days. The development comes after the Nigerian Geological Survey Agency released a statement assuring the residents that the tremors recorded were low and posed no threat to the community. Director General of the agency, Professor Olusegun Ige, has said approximately 48 separate earthquakes were recorded, with both intensity and frequency increasing between Friday, September 13th and Monday, September 16th. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has commenced the distribution of sensitive materials to the 18 local government areas of the state. The distribution in Edo State is being done on the premises of the Central Bank of Nigeria in Benin, with hired vehicles that will convey the materials to various location stations beside the bank. In the meantime, the Police Service Commission officials monitoring team has arrived in Edo State ahead of the September 21 governorship poll in the state. In a press statement by the service's head of press and public relations, Ikechukwu Ani, the personnel would monitor the conduct of public officers during Saturday's governorship election in the state. And he said the team will be led by a retired Deputy Inspector General, DIG Taiwo Lakanu, and will include other high-ranking staff. The Director General of the All Progressives Congress APC campaign train, Senator Matthew Urogide, has assured communities in and around Oedo local government area of the state of swift changes in the fortunes of the state if they vote in the party's candidates, Senator Monday Okpebolo, as governor of the state in the Saturday's governorship election. He gave the assurances during the last lap of campaign visits to the communities, where he was described as a promise keeper on account of his antecedents as a senator who represented them in the National Assembly. Anthony Momodu has details.
The communities, people and electorate in Oredo local government area trooped out in their numbers to welcome the man they called the Promise Keeper, Senator Matthew Oroide, as he canvassed for their votes for the upcoming Guma polls. Meanwhile, the Oredo local government area APC woman leader, Lady Pat Osawaro Oredo Ward 2, expressed confidence in the support for the APC winning the polls.
From Oba Bridge down to Yokoba, he did about 10 bridges for us during his tenure. So whatever he's telling us now, we believe in. He's going to carry the good job out.
Bebolo is going to win the whole of Yokoba. There's no two ways about it. Because what the Yoruba people are saying is that they are close to government, but yet they are not benefiting anything from the government.
You can see how Igwikpe, how they responded to him. Even here, you can even see same response to him. So there is no doubt PDP has no place in these communities.
Senator Orede assured them of the incoming government's action plans to revitalize the education and health sectors and the deliberate repairs of their roads and water needs. Responding to the request, the community leaders, their subjects and party ward officials assured him of their total votes at the polls.
We need changes for governor, you understand? We need, because road not good. Many things they happen. You understand? So now changes now we need.
Support for Senator Monday Okpebholo, support for the APC. Alright? Monday Okpebholo and Dennis Idahosa, our governorship ticket is a strong one. And this is my ward. So I just decided to visit the rural communities in my ward.
The provisions of basic amenities for citizenry is one of the constitutional obligations of any sincere government. It is hoped the government across all levels will live up to their constitutional responsibilities. Anthony Momodu reporting from Oredo local government area of Edo State for Global Television News.
Still on election matters, Chairman of the Benue State Independent Electoral Commission, Telen Monu Chombua, says 8 political parties are expected to participate in the upcoming local government election. He listed the political parties participating in the election, which include the All Progressives Congress, the People's Democratic Party, the All Progressives Grand Alliance, the Labour Party, Action Alliance Congress, the Social Democratic Party, the New Nigeria People's Party, and the Zenith Labour Party. The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, has solicited the support of the Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Akinloye Olakunleye, for the protection of rights of children in the country. UNICEF's team lead, Mohammed Okorie, made the appeal during a visit to the monarch in Ibadan, Oyo State capital, where he stated that it has become necessary to solicit the support of the Olubadan to sensitize, mobilize, and enlighten parents and guardians to ensure that the rights of children are protected. Elder statesman Mohammed Jibo of Tudun Wada, Zaria, has passed away at the age of 92 following a prolonged illness at his residence. Jibo was a distinguished public servant with a notable career, having served in the Nigerian Railway Corporation, where he excelled and reached the pinnacle of his career. He held various positions in the Northern Government of Nigeria, contributed to Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria, and served as the Federal Commissioner of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has directed the redeployment of the River State Commissioner of Police, Tunji Disu, to FCT Command. The shake-up also affects the Delta State Police Command, with CP Baniwanda Olufemi being reassigned to the River State Command. In his place, CP Peter Okpara, who was recently posted to the FCT Command, has been appointed as the new Commissioner of Police for Delta State. Fox spokesperson Muyiwa Adejobi says the redeployment is to ensure effective policing in the affected states. Governor of Kano State, Abba Yusuf, has dissolved the caretaker chairman of all 44 local government areas with immediate effect. This was disclosed in a statement released by the governor's spokesperson, Sanusi Bature. The dissolution comes a week after the State House of Assembly had approved a 2-month extension to their tenure, which was initially set to expire on September 8. The extension, according to lawmakers, was intended to ensure continuity in local governance. Niger State government has disclosed that it will spend over 50% of its 2025 budget on education and health. Governor Mohammed Bago gave the assurance during the symbolic distribution of kitchen utensils to boarding schools and classroom furniture at the Educational Resource Centers in Minna, the state's capital. Bago further disclosed that 1.8 billion naira has been earmarked as a matching grant to the Universal Basic Education Commission, noting that his administration is committed to the timely payment of counterpart funds to support educational projects in the state. The coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Pate, has stated that the federal government is working towards discriminating attempted suicide in the country. He disclosed this in Abuja at a news conference to commemorate the 2024 World Suicide Prevention Day. It is reported that suicide is criminalized in the country, but there have been several calls from stakeholders to decriminalize the phenomenon. The Nigeria Police Force has highlighted the potential benefits of the electronic central motor registry innovation aimed at revolutionizing how vehicle information is verified and handled on the road. The Force Public Relations Officer Olumuyiwa Adejobi shared the development through a series of social media posts highlighting the ease and efficiency of the e-policing innovation. Adejobi said under the leadership of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Olukayode Egbetokun, the electronic central motor registry system has been launched to make roads safer and the policing process smoother. You're watching News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When News Prime returns tonight, NAFDAC destroys 43 billion naira worth of fake products in Oyo State. Those details and more stories await you if you stay with us behind this short break. This is Global Television, bringing you live broadcasts of News Prime with Uyi Agumofwewe. Thank you for your time with us. In business, the National Pension Commission says it has generated 20.87 trillion naira under the contributory pension scheme in the third quarter of 2024. Director General, National Pension Commission Omolola Oloworaro, who was represented by Head Corporate Communications, National Pension Commission, Ibrahim Buwai, made this known while addressing journalists on pension reforms in the country. Kikelomo Okere has details.
Pension Reform Act aims to address inefficiency in the pension system, necessitating a holistic overhaul. The Director General, National Pension Commission, Omolola Oloworaro, who was represented by the Head Corporate Communications, National Pension Commission, Ibrahim Buwai, laments that 20 years after Pension Reform Act, low pension contribution still poses a challenge to the system. It therefore stressed the need for more stakeholders' engagement, including the media, to enlighten the public on the pension scheme and its futures.
Over 300,000 retirees have continued to receive retirement benefits regularly as and when due. This period, as the implementation has gone on, PENCOM continues to introduce innovations that would further strengthen and smoothen the implementation of the scheme.
The Executive Secretary, Pension Fund Operators Association of Nigeria, Uguchi Aguda, explained that the Pension Reform Act has contributed over 11 trillion naira pension scheme, ensuring safety and growth.
The public sector has been strong in terms of contributing to the pension scheme, and they've contributed about 5.7 trillion naira over the last 17 years, while the private sector employers have contributed about 5.3 trillion naira. Those are huge sums of money, and that was brought about by the Act. And also that money has been kept safe by the activities of the pension operators. So that has been a plus for the industry, because safety first. The pension funds have ensured that that money is safe.
The Executive Secretary, Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate, Chioma Ejikeme, who was represented by the Head Corporate Communication, Olugbenga Ajayi, advocate for the welfare of veterans and pensioners through verified AMALIFE confirmation.
Initiated by the federal government, in collaboration with other sister agencies, will be delivered onto our pensioners.
The theme of the conference, focusing on the 20-year journey of pension reform in Nigeria, highlights the paradigm shift in the pension system, emphasizing the participation of both employers and employees. Kikelomo Okere, Global Television News. Pension reform.
Thank you, Kikelomo, for your reporting there. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has reduced the cybersecurity levy on electronic transactions from 0.5% 0.5% to 0.005% in its new fiscal guidelines for 2024-2025. This resolution reduction follows the controversial introduction of the levy earlier in the year, which was met with opposition from both the Nigeria Labour Congress, Trade Union Congress, and bank customers. The federal government says it plans to explore deep seabed exploration and mining to tap into the vast resources of the blue economy and boost the country's economic growth. Minister of Marine and Blue Economy Adegboyega Oyetola, during a stakeholder sensitization workshop on deep seabed activities, highlighted seabed minerals as resources located or beneath the ocean floor, emphasizing government's commitment to diversifying the economy by leveraging the growing global interest in marine resources. President of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Joe Ajaero, has attributed the current uproar between the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited and the Dangote Refinery to alleged government policy somersaults and fraudulent moves by some forces. Ajaero, who said these at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos, further described what has been going on between Dangote Refinery and the NNPCL as uncalled for, stating that in a deregulated economy, there should be choices and competition. He queried the basis for regulating what Dangote is to sell, insisting that deciding for the private sector on what should be sold is an act of fraud. Secretary General of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, Haytham Al-Ghais, has revealed that taxes imposed by major oil-consuming countries, not oil prices, are the primary driver of fuel costs. He explained that the prices paid by consumers at the pump were determined by various factors, including the price of crude oil, refining, transportation, and marketing costs, oil company margins, and taxes. According to him, revenues generated from oil sales are often reinvested by oil-producing countries into the oil sector. On the foreign scene, a second deadly wave of unprecedented explosions in the strongholds of Lebanon's Hezbollah left it in disarray hours before a major speech by its beleaguered leader Hassan Nasrallah. The latest batch of device explosions killed 20 people and wounded more than 450 others, stoking fears of a full-blown war with Israel. The blast came a day after the simultaneous detonation of pagers used by Hezbollah killed 12 people, including 2 children, and wounded up to 2,800 others across Lebanon in an unprecedented attack blamed on Israel. Now, 5 women say they were raped by former Harrods boss Mohammed Al-Fayed when they worked at the luxury London department store. Testimonies were heard from more than 20 female employees who say while they worked there, the billionaire, who died last year aged 94, sexually assaulted them, including rape. The documentary and podcast Al-Fayed, Predator at Harrods, gathered evidence that during his ownership, Harrods not only failed to intervene, but helped cover up abuse allegations. Reports say that Ahmed Al-Ghul, brother of slain journalist Ismail Al-Ghul, has been killed in an Israeli airstrike in southern Gaza. He was reported for Al Jazeera Arabic and killed along with his cameraman Ramin Al-Rifi while traveling by car on July 31 in the Shati refugee camp. The United Nations General Assembly has adopted a Palestinian-drafted non-binding resolution demanding Israel end what it called its unlawful presence in the occupied Palestinian territory within 12 months. There were 124 votes in favor and 14 against, including Israel, along with 43 abstentions. As a non-member observer state, Palestine could not vote. The resolution is based on a July advisory opinion from the UN's highest court that said Israel was occupying the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and the Gaza Strip against international law. In the meantime, an Israeli citizen has been arrested on suspicion of being involved in a plot by Iran to assassinate Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and other top officials. That's according to Israel's security services. Israeli police and domestic intelligence say the man was twice smuggled into Iran and received payments to carry out missions. In a joint statement, they said the suspect was a businessman who had lived in Turkey and had Turkish contacts who had helped him get into Iran. The United States Department, U.S. State Department has rejected claims of CIA involvement in an alleged plot to kill Venezuela's leader, Nicolas Maduro, after Venezuelan authorities said they had arrested 6 foreigners, including a U.S. Navy SEAL. The State Department called the allegations categorically false, adding in a statement that the United States continues to support a democratic solution to the political crisis in Venezuela. Interior Ministry Minister Diosdado Cabello claimed that the alleged plot was led by the CIA and aimed at assassinating Maduro. And now in sports, Getafe have set a high transfer fee for Nigerian sensation Crisantos Uche following his impressive smarts to life in the Spanish top flight. The young midfielder has become the sensation of the club this season and has been tipped to leave the club in the upcoming transfer market. Uche joined the Madrid-based club just a few weeks ago from Spanish third-tier side Ceuta for a meager €500,000 and has become one of the most outstanding players in just 5 matches into the La Liga campaign. The ongoing Flying Eagles screening exercise meant to select players for the 2024 WAFU B Under-20 Championship scheduled for October and November in Togo has been hijacked by government officials, football agents and football academy owners. According to some of the players undergoing the selection process at the FIFA Gold Project in Abuja, on the condition of fear of being victimized, the exercise has been completely taken over by the infiltrators, leaving the Aliyu Zubairu-led technical crew confused. And now to end the TV News Prime, here's a quick look at some of our big stories tonight. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has pledged Senate support for local government autonomy. In business, the National Pension Commission has said it generated over 20 trillion naira. Finally, on the foreign scene, the United Nations General Assembly has announced the adoption of Palestinian drafted non-binding resolution on Israel. And that's our package for you tonight on News Prime. It came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on DSTV channel 365, start times 276 and free to air on Nightcom Start. Follow Global Television across all social media platforms using Global TV and G, as well as other handles as you now see on your screen. I am Uyi Agumofwegbe, thanking you on behalf of the production team for watching. We'll see you again.